What's going on? It's your boy Champagne Chris. All things music, all things music.
Yes.
Anyways, we got my boy Pac-Man, the son of Genard, out here. Pronounce your last name for me, bro.
McNeil.
McNeil. All right, that's easy. Genard Mcneil. We got him out here, bro. We gonna see what's up with him, man. So what's up with you, bro? For real?
Man, I got a lot of things coming up. Mixtape dropping soon. So help me God.
Yeah.
I done dropped a single already off of it, which is entitled Pain. And
I heard that song. I fucks with it.
Yeah. Got the video to Pain out. And my next single off the CD is called OMG. Oh my God. And video coming soon to that. So just I'm working, man. I'm steady. I'm steady in the kitchen, cooking up new stuff.
Bad.
Trying to feed the streets.
Yeah, for real. Always cooking, bro. It's a struggle, man.
Always cooking.
Trying to make shit happen. But so you told me before, bro, because we just did like a little interview before this, but you told me before that you were making music since you were 11.
Man, my first song since I was 11.
And you're 26 now, right?
26.
So 15 years, bro. You've been in the game making this music, bro.
Man,
cooking. You've been cooking for 15 years,
15 years, man. I got all the seasonings together. You know when you cook. When you cook, I don't know all my cookers out there.
I use adobo.
Yeah,
that's my shit, bro. Personally, I use adobo. I like me some adobo, bro. Some garlic powder.
Yeah, but I know when you first used adobo ever in life, your seasonings wasn't correct.
Put a little too much.
You put a little too much of this, and you put a little too much of that. But over time, you got it right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what it is.
You get that shit down pat.
Yeah. I've been cooking for 15 years, so I just got the seasonings right. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Too much of that.
Yeah.
Don't put too much of this. So we perfect.
Bad.
Perfect.
All right. So you told me earlier that you got a show coming up, right, at a club?
Yeah, man. I think it's on the 22nd at the 3-in-1 Cafe at the what mall is this?
West Oaks, bro. You putting Koei on the map, bro. We got a club going on in Koei.
Coming to a Koei soon. I got another show on before that actually on the 15th of.
He didn't invite me to that one. I didn't know about that shit.
Yeah, man, you'll get your invite, after this interview. So
yeah,
now
that I brought it up,
May 15th, we doing it big at Majestic Life Church.
Oh yeah.
821 South Kirkman Road. Service start at 10:30 in the morning on Sunday, and I'm gonna be performing that Sunday. Also, I'm going to be performing again at the Majestic Kings men's weekend, which is June 9th through the 12th. I'll be performing on the 10th. But, you can get your ticket for the whole weekend. And it's just a great weekend, the best weekend, actually, to get to sit around all these guys that got great knowledge on life.
Yeah.
And that's married. So if you're thinking about marrying your lady, these are the guys that you wanna but I mean, you never know.
It's good to have that insight.
Have that insight,
And that's one thing I get from you, bro. Is like even when I bring up some like a question about religion or something, you always got that rebuttal, bro. Like,
I mean, sometimes I'm not gonna rebuttal because some questions I have for myself.
Yeah.
Like I made a song and I asked some questions myself. Like a lot of people say in the Bible it say, watch who you hang around because bad morals ruin your good morals.
Yeah, definitely.
So. But God had people who was killers around him.
Sometimes you need a shooter around you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you need that. I asked that question, like, God, you got killers around you. Can I have them around me?
Right.
So I mean, it's just I got questions myself. So some rebuttals when you say something.
Yeah.
God, I want to know the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
So it is what it is. But some things I do know that I done learned from other people.
Mm-hmm.
When you ask, I tell you what they told me.
But,
so
So we've been talking a lot about the church, bro. So, but before, I mean, I see, obviously tattoos and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you lived that street life. You know what I'm saying? Like you were really about that shit. Yeah. And now you kind of. What made you change, honestly?
It's come as you are when it comes to church. So tattoos is really some people still gonna judge or whatever like that. Yeah. But churches really come as you are. I know a lot of people they feel like I'm not gonna play with God. I'm not gonna come to church and I'm not all the way cleansed yet.
Yeah.
But if you try to clean yourself, then what work do God gotta do?
Right.
God gotta do something in your life to change you for you to appreciate the work that He did. So, you know, a lot of people sit back and be like, you know, I want to change myself. You can't change yourself.
Yeah.
You can't, no matter how much you try, you can't change yourself. It's only one person in this world that can change you, and that's God. So, I mean, you know, I think people just got to understand that, you know, come as you are, not as what you wear. Is you can come in the same clothes you wore to the club on Saturday night, the church on Sunday, and God still gonna admire that you're there in His presence, that you want to be there. So, I mean, that. With that being said, you know, it's just to come as you are. But what made me change was, you know, I was tired of failing. You know, I failed a lot in life. I went through a lot of losses. Through kids and, you know, girlfriends, just the people that I loved. I gave my all.
That's the hardest thing, bro. When you give your all and it just falls through.
And it just falls through. But you know what? One thing about it is, it's saying, Matthew, that God is always with you. So, you know, He'll never leave.
Yeah.
So, I think He was showing me that people is always temporary.
Yeah, I agree with
that.
For sure.
But He's always permanent.
Bet.
So you can put your trust in other people and not really acknowledge Him, and He'll show you just how much of a failure people can be, and He'll show you how much of a great God He is. So you know, me changing my life really came from, you know, my parents was always in my life, and they always taught me the right things. And I really kept wrong people around me, and they inspired me to see what that other side was like.
Right.
And I did it. You know, I sold drugs. I remember the first time I sold cocaine. I called my mama at work, and I told my mama, like...
He said, Mama, I just sold fucking grandma coke.
One thing about... I got balance. I feel like God did a good balance in me. It was just up to me to kind of, you know, figure out which road I'm going to take. My dad was always a stern person.
Yeah.
So he was always that person to yell and this and beat me and hit me. And my mom was always the loving type of compassion type of person. And she was always the person to just give me that love.
But you kind of need both as balance.
And you need both as balance. But my dad was always that type of person where I was trying to please him.
Yeah.
But my mom was always that type of person, like my best friend. Like I can go to her and talk to her about anything.
You know, it's all right.
It's okay. She gonna always tell me to get back up and keep going. So I called my mom when I first bought some cocaine, and I was like, "Mama, I'm selling drugs." And she was at work. I remember.
Good job, honey. You should probably do a better job. But
no. She ain't say that. She was like, and you know when you make somebody leave their job, boy, you in trouble.
Yeah.
So she was like, I heard her. She was like, you said what? And I said, I'm finna sell some drugs. And she was like, step into the back.
No.
And she stepped to the back and she gave me that little voice. She was like, look here, I'm not gonna go through this with you. Whoever you bought these drugs from, you need to go give it back. And I'm like, Mama,
give yourself a refund,
they
bro.
ain't got no return policy on no drugs, Mama. I mean, it was just crazy. I'm like, you know, and I started doing, I was following my cousin. My cousins, they all from Miami. They always been trapped out. They always been the person that had the guns, and they always been the person to get the money and the drugs. And I remember coming from, I was in college actually when I started selling cocaine, but before I started selling cocaine in college, I was selling weed through high school. You know, I had a job, so I always try to flip my money. Because it was always like a popular type of thing, like who dressed the best and who got on this. So I always hit school with the freshest gear. My mama worked at a clothes place throughout some of my high school, so she'll always get me clothes, and then it was too much on her because she was a single parent. So she would always not buy me all the things that I wanted. So I felt like it was up to me to get the other pair of Jordans that she didn't get.
All I wanted was some polo and some shell tops.
I mean, you feel me? So I mean, you know, it was like that, you know. And it kind of slowed down. My streetness kind of slowed down when I moved with my dad, because he was always that stern, and he'll always be in your business. Like,
he was about it or not?
Nah, my daddy, he graduated from Florida State.
All right,
my dad was like literally a school guy. And
so if he found out you were flipping, he would not be happy.
Man, look, no lie. I was 22 years old. And I was asleep one day at my dad's house, and my dad woke me up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. and I see this big guy over me with no shirt on, and he was sweating. And I'm like, what is wrong with? I'm like, what's going on?
Said, look, big fella.
My sister told him that I was selling drugs in the house, which I was.
Sister snitch, bro.
My sister snitched
Damn.
on me. I mean, she told him.
That's why you gotta give her a cut, bro.
But you know what?
You gotta give her a cut and keep her mouth shut, bro.
I should have gave her 10%.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Hey,
she gonna stay quiet.
Hey, I should have gave her 10%. But you know, she told on me. But you know, it was a good thing that she did because I never knew where I would have ended up if I would have kept going.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, at the end of the day, when she said that to him, it made me kind of. I took all my drugs to my dog house after that, and I was like, hold on to this, and he did, and I sold everything from his house then on, and when I got rid of that last pack that I had, I just was like, you know, I had went to Gainesville, I talked to my grandfather was like, man, look, God rest his soul, he just passed away, you know, he say, look at my house, look at my closet. I got all this because God gave this to me. My grandfather was in the streets. Yeah. He from New Jersey, North New Jersey, and he sold drugs in New Jersey. And he told me straight up. He came to the hood one day. I was selling drugs. He say, "How you gonna run from the police? Your pants sagging." He said,
"He giving you tips,
bro. He giving me tips.
You get you the New Balances, tie the bitches up, and you gonna run, bro."
Hey, look.
News.
Hey, look. It was crazy because. He was trying to get me out of it, but he was giving me tips to stay in it. Like he was like, "How you gonna run from the police? Your pants sagging. You got your dope in this pocket and your money in the other pocket. What happened if somebody rob you or the police run up on you?" And I was like, "Man, I ain't never think about all this stuff."
Low-key supportive,
and
bro.
it was like he was low-key supportive. And I mean, it was so crazy. Like, but after he did that, he took me to his house and he said, "Look at my closet.
Yeah. Look
at my car." He said, "You sell drugs and I don't. My car better than yours."
Yeah, bet.
Look at my clothes and look at yours. I'm better than you.
You can do it without.
You can do it without this.
Yeah.
And I opened my eyes. I slept on his couch for 3 days. I had a warrant at the time. In Tampa they call it a capias. It's another word for a warrant.
Yeah.
I had a warrant in Tampa, and I was in Gainesville sleeping on his couch before I went and turned myself in. And I remember sleeping on his couch, and he just inspired me the whole 3 days I was there to just be a better person. I went to Tampa. I was in jail, and I met this dude named Santana, and he had the only Bible in the jail. And I'm like, bro, let me hold a Bible. You don't even read it, bro. You be sleep 23 hours of the day. Like, let me read the Bible.
If I was in jail, that'd be me, bro. I would sleep the whole time.
This man would sleep 23 hours, but he gave me the Bible.
Yeah.
And it was crazy how it happened. I stopped asking for it. He came to my cell, one man cell.
Yeah.
And he opened up my door and he handed me the Bible. He said, "Man, read the Bible." He said, "Man, I've been watching you while you was in here, and you need to humble yourself." And I didn't know what humility mean.
Yeah.
So when he said that, I was like, humble myself. I'm like, bro, I don't even know you. I'm like, how you gonna tell me to humble myself?
Bro, and that's like a message that only God can send, bro. Somebody that you don't even know is gonna come to your cell and say, like, bro, listen.
One thing about it is, sometimes God worked through other people.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, me not listening, I felt like me when he was like, humble yourself, and I was like, who are you? That's what he meant by humble yourself. Yeah. Because I was so arrogant. I ain't listen.
Yep.
So at that point in time, I had to humble myself in that moment and say, you know what? You right, bro. You right. And I love, man, Santana. From this day, I'm talking about we chopped it up. And from